guys, it is another Zepbound vlog. We are on week 5 of treatment right now, and I just increased my dose from 2.5 milligrams to 5 milligrams. I took that shot last night. I always take it Friday night because I never know like what kind of symptoms I'm gonna have, so I prefer to do it like right before the weekend just in case something like happens and I don't have a situation at work, you know. It is currently 8 o'clock. I just took the dogs on a 1 mile walk. It was just over a mile. So I woke up feeling pretty good today. I don't feel like I have any like excessive nausea or like anti-hunger cues or anything like that quite yet. If you saw my last vlog, this past week has been just horrible. Like I have been so tired and I haven't been sleeping well. I think like something is exacerbating my sleep apnea because I swear I'm yawning like 100 times during the day. This morning, I actually woke up feeling a little bit better. I got more sleep. I'm supposed to be getting my CPAP next week, or at least going in for my appointment for that to get fitted for the mask and everything. So I'm really hoping soon I will be having a better time sleeping and a more restful sleep. But this morning, I just wanted to go on a nice little walk with the dogs, and I was just gonna do one lap around our block. That's what I'm looking for. But while I was walking, it just felt like really good, and like I don't know, the weather was kind of perfect. It was like 75 and a little breezy, and a lot of our block is shaded, so that also felt really good. So we just went for a mile, and it kind of got me thinking like maybe I want to try doing a morning walk before work with my dogs and see if that, I don't know, just kind of like brings my spirit up, makes me feel a little bit better, because at least I would have had some sort of exercise that day. Anywho, I'm not feeling particularly hungry for like food, but I am gonna make myself a nice little beverage, a water beverage. Okay, this beverage I just made is a little bit over the top and bougie. However, it's really good. And it has 12 grams of fiber. 12 grams! If you are on a GLP-1, I cannot stress the importance, one, of drinking water, okay? And I have been struggling with that so bad. Like, I have just not been thirsty, like, at all. And I can go a long time without drinking water unless I force myself to. So having something that tastes good has been very important for me to just like get my daily water intake. So today I did, like you saw, water plus my fiber supplement from Hum. Then I added a strawberry lemonade poppy, which those have 3 grams of fiber. The Hum Nutrition has 9 grams of fiber. And then I didn't want to just like water it down, so I added a strawberry lemonade or pink lemonade Spindrift, which I'm kind of trying to get rid of these. These aren't my favorite, only because they're not super sparkly. Like I like the really sparkly drinks like LaCroix. If you wanted to make this even more crazy, which I actually might do this retroactively, is you could put some of the clear pink Starburst or clear pink protein powder, the pink Starbursty flavor from Clean Simple Eats, into this, and then you'd have 12 grams of fiber plus 20 grams of protein. Let's do that. This stuff is literally the best. 1 scoop Clean Simple Eats protein powder. I think I've just created something amazing. 40 ounces of liquid, 20 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fiber. Excuse me, 150 calories total. It is quite later in the day. I felt like absolute trash this morning. I woke up feeling fine, and then like 2 hours later, I just didn't. I felt super nauseous. I actually threw up. I had a really bad headache that just wouldn't go away. It was actually like more of a migraine than a headache. I had to take quite a bit of medication for it to actually like calm down. And then I was able to go back to sleep for a couple hours, and I felt much better after that. So I don't know if it was the Zepbound. I don't know if it was because of the headache. I'm not quite sure like what made me feel so awful. It was probably a combination of both, but after I was able to sleep, I felt much better. I am kind of considering sleeping on the couch today because I always feel like when I sleep on the couch, I get a better sleep for whatever reason. And I don't know if that's, I don't know why that is the case. It's definitely not as comfortable as my bed, but I'm almost wondering if I should like try sleeping on the couch tonight and just kind of see how I feel or how I wake up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna do a little food recap. I had my protein coffee in the morning while I took the dogs for a walk. Then I had a little like mini waffle after I had thrown up because Dalton was making them, and I just feel like I needed something to settle my stomach. So I had that, and then on the way to the park, I had a little chocolate, like a heavenly hunk, those things. And then I have just been snacking on some combos, the pizza flavored pizzeria. Definitely not my most healthy day of eating, but this has just like what's been sounding good to me and what sounds like it's gonna settle in my stomach well. I have been still sipping on my protein drink. I have not finished it yet. It's been the entire day and I have not finished my protein drink yet. I'm definitely lacking on protein in general. The waffles that I had this morning were like the Kodiak ones, so they did have protein in them, but I mean, my calorie count for today and my protein intake for the day are definitely low, as well as my water intake. So I'm gonna try really hard at the end of the day to have like a veggie and some more protein. I was thinking about maybe making tacos for dinner. So I might make some tacos for dinner and I'll just keep sipping on my drink there and we'll see kind of what I end with. That's how I've been feeling. Definitely not the best, but not the worst. It could be worse, right? I've heard some people have like extreme nausea on this, and that definitely was not my experience. Like once I threw up, I actually felt much better. And then my headache went away too, which I always end up like getting super nauseous when I get bad headaches. That's been true of me since I was 5 years old. So yeah, I'm feeling better now. But anyways, I just wanted to do a little check-in and let you guys know how I was feeling. What an insane 24 hours it has been in the Milwaukee area. I live in the Milwaukee area. We just had so much flooding and rain. It was insane. We awoke yesterday. Today is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday, obviously. We awoke yesterday to some flooding that happened in our basement. We were definitely on the lucky side. Like none of our expensive like workout equipment or anything like that was damaged in the flood. It really stayed contained to like half of the basement. It just so happened that that half of the basement was where like the washer dryer, sump pump, drainage system, everything was, and not our like workout equipment, which thank the Lord, like thank you. But it's been crazy. I mean, we were definitely one of the lucky ones. Like I said, like people in my neighborhood definitely had really bad flooding. Like you can see a lot of their stuff is just laying on the side of the road because they're just having to get rid of it. It's like waterlogged, they need to dry it out, whatever. And then in other parts of Milwaukee, like cars were completely underwater. People's houses are flooding up to like the first floor. It's just insane. Like thank God we noticed it when we did, and our sump pump was working, and yeah, everything like was okay. The city was just so backlogged with water that the water was coming up through the storm drains in the basement. That's the only reason like we flooded. Otherwise, everything else would have been fine. But it was just the city had so much water. We got 12 inches like overnight. It was an insane amount. The water level on the Milwaukee River is so freaking high. I've never ever seen it that high before. I've lived in this area for 11 years, so it's a crazy time. This morning I woke up feeling pretty good. I have not had any symptoms of like constipation, diarrhea, upset stomach, bloating. The bloating has like significantly improved. So yeah, like none of that stuff. I'm feeling really good. My hunger seems relatively under control. Today I do feel a little bit more hungry, and I don't know if that's just because I did so much activity yesterday and I didn't really eat anything, that now today I'm kind of like, now that I'm like calmed down, I'm feeling more hungry. That could also be part of it. But I'm just honoring my hunger cues, listening to what my body's telling me. I had a really good breakfast this morning. I had some eggs with spinach and feta, which was amazing. It was like a little omelet. And then I had some cherries on the side. I had my protein coffee like I normally do. And then now it's almost noon, and I did stop at Starbucks and I got a sweet cream cold brew. I love these things. They're so freaking good. I don't know if I'll drink the whole thing, but I just needed caffeine, okay? So the dogs are getting groomed right now, and after I am done with them, I think I'm gonna go home and kind of think about what I want to eat for the week. I made this zucchini pasta with arugula the other week. I just kind of like made it on a whim, out of my head. Like, it was just something like, I was like, oh, I have these ingredients, I want to make this thing. And it turned out so freaking good. Like, so freaking good. So I think I'm gonna make that again, because Dalton ate all of the portions and I only had one, which is totally fine. That's totally fine. But I want to make it again, and I had it served with tilapia on top. So I don't think I'm gonna make the tilapia and like put it in the same dish, because I want it to, like, the fish to be fresh when I make it. But I'll probably make that like for my dinners for the week. I just woke up from a mid-afternoon nap. It was everything I needed and more after what we've been through for the past 24 hours. Actually, it's longer than that now, but anywho. I feel like at some point in my Zepbound Diaries vlogs, I have mentioned the fact that I take a nap. And this has been something that's been consistent with me for like the last 2 years, is that on the weekends, I need an afternoon nap. And ideally, I would have one at work as well, but that's just not how life works. Sometimes when I have like my lunch break, I will go and take a nap, but that's only if I'm like really, really needing it that day. The thing about the weekend naps that I feel like helps with my overall week is that I'm in such a sleep deficit as it is, and then on my work days, I get into even more of a sleep deficit just because I don't sleep as long on my work days. And so having time on the weekends, especially like on a Monday, where I can just take like, and when I say nap, I mean 3 hours. Okay, let's be honest. It's not like 30 minutes. But where I have like 3 hours where I can just take a nap, it feels so good. And when I don't get that, I notice how it affects the rest of my week. I am hoping so much that when I get my CPAP, I will not be struggling with this, because it's truly like how I shape my weekends is around my naps, which is how, like, not how I want to live my life, right? I really kind of like worry when I have plans that end up being in the afternoon, like weddings or like family events, stuff like that, where I know I'm not going to be able to take a nap in the afternoon. And I don't want to live my life like that. Like, I have goals, I have plans. I want to hang out with my friends more. I want to be more social, but I literally cannot function without my nap. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. And that has truly been the thing that's affected my life the most, is that I'm just on such a insane level of fatigue, and especially when I don't get those naps in. So, I mean, ideally I get one Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but it doesn't always work out like that. I want to make that zucchini arugula pesto pasta that I had mentioned before. Guys, if you have not been eating fish, I highly recommend it, okay? These tilapia fillets that I get from Sam's Club, or, I mean, they have them at Costco, or Aldi has them too, like anywhere does. But it's like a giant chunk of tilapia, okay? It's 90 calories, and it's got like 0 grams of fat, and like 25 or 30 grams of protein. It's insane. Let me get the bag, because I'm just so excited about it. I want to share it with you guys. Okay, here she is in all her glory. Do you see that? Take a screenshot if you must. So it's for 4 ounces, which is about 1 fillet. It's 90 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but 0 sugars. And, okay, not that much protein. 18 grams of protein, though. 18 grams of protein for 90 calories. Are you joking? Like, I don't even, like, cottage cheese isn't even that good. Yogurt's not that good. That is the most calories or the most protein per calories that I've ever seen. It's insane. So I'm all about these. They turn out so good in the air fryer. And then I've usually just been putting like some kind of, one time I used the, oh, not the buttery steakhouse. No. Oh, you know what? I haven't tried, ow, that hurt. The Kinder's garlic parmesan, I haven't tried that on it yet, but that would be super good. I was going to say before I smacked the brains out of myself that I've been using the Kinder's lemon pepper garlic, I think is what it's called. I was trying to find it, but apparently it walked away. Anyways, this was what I was just coming to like rave about. So I'm gonna make the zucchini pasta, and I think we have 2 of these left. Yeah, 2 fillets left. So they only take like 14 minutes in the air fryer. So I usually just do half the time, then I stop it, season it, and then do the rest of the time. And I do that because they're frozen. So I just feel like the seasoning sticks better to it when I have cooked it a little bit. So yeah, that's that, and then it comes out perfect. So I'm just gonna make this whenever I like go to eat my dinner, so. Oh, she's my little baby girly. Little baby girly. She just got out clean today. I think I'm gonna close out the vlog for today. I will be back later in the week for a check-in and just let you know how my hunger cues are. I'm not feeling like I really want to eat anything right now. I feel like I just need some water and something to drink. Speaking of water, I have been doing super good at my water intake today. I've already finished 32 ounces and I'm on like halfway through my second 32 ounce. So that's pretty good for me, okay? I would say my biggest difficulty with Zepbound so far has been just not wanting to drink anything, like any water. I can get myself to drink like a fiber drink, like a Poppy or a Olipop, something like that, but even like flavored water, which I'm generally like really stoked about, I am not really wanting to drink it. Regular water, I'm not really wanting to drink it. But I think because I was so active yesterday, I am like more dehydrated today because I didn't keep up with my water intake yesterday. So I think I'm actually like thirsty today, which is good. We need that, which probably means I'm like super dehydrated if I actually feel thirsty. We're doing our best over here, okay? I will check in with you guys later in the week and we can debrief and, you know, see how everything went this week. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. It's Friday night and you know what that means. It's time for another Zepbound injection. I am so tired. We just got back from a wedding, so I actually only worked a half day today and then we went to the wedding in the afternoon. If you can hear my dogs, I apologize. They're like rough housing in the background and I can't get them to stop no matter what I do. So I just wanted to give a little bit of a recap of how I felt this week. I had filmed some footage earlier in the week, but I think the audio is messed up on it, so I'm just gonna do kind of a little recap of everything right now. So basically, I feel like I had really good food control this week. I still was eating regularly, like, you know, lunch, dinner, and if I needed a snack or I wanted a snack, I felt like once I had some of it, I was satiated and I didn't crave more. The other thing I noticed was that I didn't crave like any sweets. Like oftentimes in the past few weeks in the afternoon, I have craved like a sweet treat or something like that, like a, you know, like a little, I don't know, whatever, just anything, a sweet treat. And I don't feel like I really had those cravings this week, which is awesome. I also did not have like any cravings after I ate dinner at night, which is something I struggle with a lot. Like I have struggled with, like, I guess you could call it binge eating to a point. I've never been diagnosed with anything like that or not, but I have a tendency to eat a lot when I get home from work because I was always so hungry. So I would eat dinner and then I would usually have like some kind of a snack or a treat at the end of the day too, like right before I went to bed. And that oftentimes got like really out of control. At least I felt like it did. And I've noticed like once I eat dinner, like I'm just done. Like I don't think about food for the rest of the night. And it's just been so amazing. Like I just feel like less stressed, you know what I mean? Which is so, I don't know, you don't think about that. You don't think about that being a problem because it's just kind of like part of how you've been living for the past X amount of years, you know? I really feel like the increase in the dose has gone super well. I haven't felt bloated. I haven't felt any stomach problems. I haven't had diarrhea, haven't had constipation. I actually have been getting thirsty, especially the past few weeks. I've been getting actually thirsty. So that's been nice because I've actually been able to consume enough water for the day, which is something I struggled with hardcore the first month. So that's been really good. So I've talked about all the things that went super well for me in the past week. Here's some things that I want to work on for next week because I feel like it's really important for me to have clear goals every single week because I'm not just changing my weight. I'm not just taking this medication. I'm changing my lifestyle because what happens when you're getting in this cycle of like whatever, you know, if you have sleep apnea or some kind of diagnosis that you're uncertain of is you just start to spiral. And for me, that happened with being so tired, gaining weight, feeling like the only way I could get energy was caffeine and food. And so then that kind of spirals you into eating too much. Then you're not getting restful sleep. You're not exercising as much or as hard. And then when you do, you just feel completely depleted. So it's like this vicious cycle that just never stops. At least that's what it's felt like for me. So now I kind of feel like I've been able to stop the cycle, but I'm having to restart it and kind of relearn what is supposed to be normal for me. The first month, I just wanted to see how my body was reacting to it and just go based off of symptoms. So like I would only eat when I was hungry. I wouldn't overeat. I wouldn't undereat. I mean, I was probably undereating a little bit more, but I'm just, you know, I was just trying to figure out like what my body was doing essentially with the medication. Now that I have a better idea of how I've been feeling on it and my body's gotten used to it, I've increased my dose. I have seen a significant, what I would consider a significant amount of weight loss in the first month or 5 weeks, which I've lost 13 pounds now, which again, just makes me so happy. I have not lost 13 pounds in probably 2 years. I think that was the last time I lost that much weight. So, yes, girl. Anyways, back to what I was talking about before. The things I want to continue with are just, you know, making sure I'm drinking enough water, just feeling good, like making sure that my body is feeling good with what I'm eating, and sticking to making sure that I'm having more structured meals throughout the day. And that kind of also ties into what I'm wanting to continue doing for this next week. So towards the end of the week, I was doing a much better job of having a consistent lunch and dinner. The previous month, like I said before, I was just kind of eating when I was hungry. So sometimes I wasn't even hungry for breakfast and I wasn't hungry for dinner. I was only hungry for lunch. So I'm trying to change that and just have smaller meals multiple times throughout the day because I do feel like it's a little bit easier on my digestive tract instead of having like one big meal at lunch. I want to go the whole next week without eating out at all. There is one exception to that, and that is tomorrow night on Saturday because it's my sister-in-law's birthday and we're going to a steakhouse. Those are my 2 goals for next week. I am going to take a lovely shower and just kind of like unwind. I'm going to set a candle. I'm going to really hope that the dogs like chill out because that would be very nice. And then I already set my shot out on the counter. I like to set my shot out like 20 to 30 minutes before I actually inject it because it's really cold. Like if you inject it right from the fridge, it's really cold and that actually is more painful of an injection. If you let it sit out for a little bit, it's less painful. So I'm gonna take my shower, take my time, light my candle, and then we're gonna end the video with an injection so you can see how it works. So I will get back to you when it's time to inject myself.